Good morning, Cincinnati, and welcome into another episode of the Bearcat Brunch. Brought to you, as always, by our partners at Royal Links Golf Tours. Have you always wanted to play golf at St. Andrews? Have you ever enjoyed that perfect pint of Guinness in Ireland? Well, now you can, thanks to Royal Links Golf Tours. They are the premier golf tour specialist, offering unforgettable golf experiences to Scotland, England, Ireland, and Wales. Their custom itineraries are more than golf trips. They are immersive, cultural, and country experiences that will surprise and delight you both on and off the course. Royal Links Golf Tours is owned by former Bearcats quarterback Hayden Moore and his partner, UC alum Jeff Bartholomew. So if you'd like to play St. Andrews or have that perfect pint, please visit their website at royallinksgolftours.com or call them direct at 770-331-1525. And with that, we are back inside the Cincy Light Studios on a dreary Sunday morning, but one that does not follow a Bearcats game, as they had a bye week to rest up and get ready for what is now a extremely critical final 3 games of the season. The Big 12 race is, I would say, still pretty wide open. You have, after the loss of BYU yesterday to Texas Tech, you have 3 teams with 1 loss. Texas Tech is 6-1, BYU 5-1, Cincinnati 5-1, and then you have 3 teams: Houston, Utah, Arizona State, with 2 losses. So I guess they cannot be counted out. But it seems very likely at this point 2 of the 3 teams with 1 loss will be in Dallas. So one of those are the Bearcats. Jeff, good morning. We missed you last week. I hope you were serving and protecting to your best abilities. But welcome back. And we don't need to get much deeper on Utah. That game is now well in the rearview mirror. But just from a Bearcat standpoint, last 3 games, with the goal of getting to Dallas front of mind, what are the things that you feel like they need to clean up, improve on, execute to make that happen?
I think they just need to really do the things that they were doing well until obviously 2 weeks ago now. Just keep letting Brendan Sorsby do what he does back there, managing the game, getting the ball out to going through his progressions and getting the ball to whoever is the most advantageous on each play, and then run the ball. Keep running the ball, punching them in the mouth early and often, and then letting the defense do what they do. Like, if they're going to be out there forever, which they've proven they can do, and drain the clock out, it's pretty hard to come back on this team if the offense is doing what they're doing early and often. The special teams is pinning guys deep on when and if they need to punt. And then the defense can just hang out there and continue to bend as much as they need to. If it results in a 12, 13, 14 play, 9, 10-minute drive, and the other team ends up with a field goal, or maybe they do get a touchdown, but they're down by 3 touchdowns and they've just drained, half a quarter away to get it, I'm okay with that. The thing I do worry a little bit about is kind of looking ahead to BYU, because that's such an important game. Obviously, out of these 3, I would say it's probably the most important game, or the toughest game maybe. But you got to get through Arizona, and then if at that point you then beat BYU, then you got to get up there and get against TCU, and you have to win all 3 games. Absolutely, you have to.
Arizona's going to be a challenge. I mean, they had a nice comeback win yesterday, so they'll have some positive momentum. We'll get into it much more as the week goes on, but real quickly, their defense is 10th in the country in yards per play allowed. Fafita's 23 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, I believe, throwing the football. So, they're going to come in here thinking that they can get the win, and kind of like you said, with 3 games to go, there's not a ton that you're going to truly, I would say, improve on holistically. I mean, you're going to do things better or worse from game to game. But it's not like all of a sudden something that maybe we weren't doing so well is all of a sudden going to be a strength. But, you know, like you said, kind of continue to do and play the way you've been playing. The thing we'll find out, I think, for the next three is the errors and the mistakes in the Utah game. You know, how much of that was just UC not doing what they'd done in the previous 7 games, and how much of it was a pretty good step up in competition from the teams that they had played, leading up to that game. Because you're going to be there. I mean, these next three you're all kind of in the same spot when you look at the metrics and different statistics. So evenly matched games, each will pose various threats, but I would like to see them. I'm all about aggressiveness, and I don't think they've had too many of those types of penalties. I would like to see a little bit of a cleanup in the penalties, just because that is turning into a lot of yardage that you're giving up, especially defensively with so many pass interference calls. And just continue offensively to be varied. I think in both of the losses, I feel like they've kind of leaned slightly away from maybe what's optimal. But again, it's very minor things. There's not going to be these big changes. So, how can you get back to having very, very good special teams? How can you get back? Hopefully Evan Pryor has a chance to play this week, if not this week, for the BYU game. I have no idea what his status will be, but they remain to be a very, for all intents and purposes, a very healthy team. So
Yeah.
hopefully use that to your advantage and ride the home crowd. BYU game's already sold out. I'm sure the Arizona game will get there or be extremely close to there. So you have 2 out of the last 3 at home, and then you go to a TCU team that did not play well at all yesterday and just seems like a very sloppy team right now. So, we'll see where they are in 3 weeks, but it's November 9th, and we're talking Big 12 championship and tiebreakers and having games in front of you that can put
Mean
you
something?
in those spots. Yeah, it means something. So not too much else, to stress about.
I mean, I think if looking back at the last 2 seasons, where obviously 2 seasons ago, things were, as far as success on the year go, were over very, very quickly early on in the season. Last year, you get to a point where like you think maybe you're going to be able to sneak into bowl eligibility, which is what everybody kind of wanted to see in the second year that's stepped forward. And then this year, everybody's like, hey, like this has got to be it, right? Like you have to take the strides forward. And I think we've seen that thus far. And obviously we just need to avoid what has happened at the end of the year, the last 2 years, which is just like total and complete collapses. And I think the bye week has obviously hopefully landed at the right time for them. The Utah game was never going to be like an easy, go out there and win kind of game and get back here. That's a difficult environment to play in. That's a difficult trip to make. Yes, other teams have to make similar trips, and you just have to perform under the lights whenever that's presented in front of you. It didn't work out, but I'm not like as concerned necessarily about where this team is at after that as I would be the last couple of years, I think.
Right. And that's one of those things that is hanging out there, I think, with some sector of the fan base is, all right, you put yourself in this spot, but we were kind of in a very similar spot last year. So, with the schedule ramping up, we think we're better, but we're also going to play some pretty good teams. Do you have what it takes to not have end the season on a 4-game losing streak, or win one out of 4 of those games? I think even winning one, you beat Arizona, and then it's kind of chips fall where they may. You lose to Arizona, and then you've got I just think you just leave another bad taste in the mouth if you end up somehow finishing this year going 7-5 after you're 7 and
Oh,
1.
absolutely. Like that's, and the thing is so like we always talk about, right? Like expectations can change.
Yeah.
And we've talked about that the last 2 seasons, like the way things have gone. Like, okay, like, yeah, you're starting off the year, like, okay, if we can get to, 4 wins, or if we can get to 5 wins, that would be great. But then you see a team playing the way that this team has been playing, and everybody kind of opened the year with this, like, let's just see if we can get to bowl eligibility. Like, let's just do that. But the way this team has been playing kind of changes the way and the things that you would hopefully like to see by the end of the year. And at this point, ending the year and being 7-5 would, I think, be a disaster.
Yeah, I mean, you're sitting there right now. You still have one of the best quarterbacks in the country. Your offense is 5th in yards per play, so you still have a very, very good offense, even with kind of two stinkers, so to speak. But like, so the circumstances to me are different. Like last year, you're 5-2, but I don't think anybody felt like that team was going to just go on some run and finish, 9-3 or 8-4 or something like that. But losing 5 in a row, and now you come to this year where I don't think it's any question this is a far better team than last year's team.
Yeah.
But if you're not able to win some of these bigger games, to beat some of these similar teams, and you finish the same way, it really is going to have some questions asked of like what truly is the direction, where are we missing, but that's not really for today. I mean, this
Right.
is for
Absolutely.
this is just to kind of look at. We don't have a game to talk about, so we can look a little bit ahead. But they cannot go 0-3 in this stretch, especially with 2 of these games at home.
No, I am, as far as like, I know, I mean, I guess waited kind of a long time for this part, but yeah, as the season has progressed, like this is kind of the best case scenario. I think that, we always kept saying like, oh, it's kind of early on. Oh yeah. I mean, certainly by this point, these teams kind of are who they are, and we'll see where the chips fall with each of these next games. But we gotta hopefully be focused on Arizona, take care of business there, and then worry about whatever's coming next, because they've set themselves up in a very ideal spot. I mean, it could be a little bit more ideal, but as things have turned out this week, they're still sort of in the driver's seat as far as what they need to do, and they just got to take care of their business. And
yeah, I don't think. Right. I mean, for me personally, if you told me we'd get to this weekend and your losses were going to be week 1 and then at Utah, and I would have gone, that's it. Like that's
fantastic.
That is absolutely ideal. Like I don't know how you could say things should have been better.
Yeah, I think that's a little greedy. So, it's a little greedy, wishful thinking on my part to say that. I wish things would be a little bit better, but then the way things fell this weekend, it kind of put it right back to like, all right, like if you're gonna have your bad game really not hurt you that bad,
right?
Okay, we'll take it.
Yep. So we'll. I don't know if Aaron, are you guys tonight, or is there a game tomorrow, or are you guys normal tomorrow?
Say what?
Is the BBP tomorrow or tonight?
Tomorrow. The basketball doesn't play until Tuesday, so
okay.
We'll be running standard.
So we'll be standard this week. We'll have Monday. We'll have Aaron on. I don't know if Aaron will be on Tuesday during the game or right after the game, or
George gets home while Chad's still doing the presser stuff. So we'll do
Okay.
George in the Jungle before Chad gets home. Then we'll do Aftermath after.
So lots
After
of
that.
this is when we get into the full on basketball, football, lots of shows, lots of content. So make sure you stay with us as we kick into this final stretch run. But nationally, yesterday, where should we start? Should we
So
start?
I want to start first. I want to start on Friday with a
Friday.
little bit of a fun situation and get your opinion on it.
Okay.
With a USC running former 5-star quarterback Sam Huard out there in a number 80 jersey
80?
as the punter, so that they could run a fake punt.
I like it.
I guess he's been number 7 all year, and then like the last 3 weeks they've on the official like roster card that they turn over to the other team, they list him as number 80, and so they snuck him out in the middle of the like they ran him out there in the as the punter, but he's a former 5-star quarterback recruit. I guess he's been at like Washington and a couple other places, and now he's here or at USC. And so they run him out there, and he just throws an absolute dart for a first down on a punt. And people are losing their minds that that he's been like number 7 and like so they changed him to number 80 and they ran. But he's like, I guess he's like a couple inches like taller than the other kid, like than the punter maybe, or it's the other way around, something like that. It's pretty obvious, but
We need to do height dynamics with
yeah.
punters. I mean,
So they've been
I
running them out
I
there.
just think it's funny that Lincoln Riley feels the need to do this against Northwestern.
Well, that's what I said. If you're gonna because now it's not gonna work again, right? Like it's never gonna work again. You put him in the same number as your punter, but
Like I feel like
you're
I'd
gonna use that against
I'd
Northwestern,
kept that one in the bag for Oregon.
or why didn't you use it against Notre Dame last week? I mean, maybe there wasn't an opportunity for it. I don't know. I didn't really.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I think it's funny that
it was awesome.
But
like this kid just drops back and throws an absolute dart, and then they're like, "Who is that?" Oh, wait a minute, that's the former 5-star quarterback. Like, of course he can throw a pass really well like that.
I will start with Tulane beating Memphis Friday night, which of course they did because that just means that the AAC race is still wide open. Memphis now has 2 league losses, so it's going to be hard to see them in it. But even with their blowout loss yesterday, like Navy's not out of it. They have 1 loss. USF has a loss. North Texas. I think East Carolina is even like 3-1.
They're 4-1 in the American East Carolina.
So now they're still not out of it. A lot to go there, to say the least. The AAC, or not the AA, they may as well be called the AAC. The ACC. It's just, I mean, I got a stat for you and for everybody listening. UConn, over the last year, has beat more ACC teams than Florida State. And UConn is not in the ACC.
That's something.
Florida State loses again yesterday to Clemson. You got to feel that this is it for Norvell.
Yeah.
The buyout is insane, but...
Okay, but I think at this point we've seen across the country that like if it has to happen, or like maybe even if it doesn't have to happen, like these places are going to find the money for these buyouts, because like you just can't keep falling further and further behind the 8 ball.
I mean, you're in a not good conference. I mean, Georgia Tech is good, but then it's, I mean, good
Virginia,
luck.
Pittsburgh, SMU, and Duke, all 1 loss in conference.
Pitt still plays all these teams. Like Louisville, Florida State hasn't won a conference game in over a year. How can you possibly, in a conference like this, how can you possibly bring that coach back?
I don't have an answer for you, Dave. Like when you look at it and you look at like the national rankings and all these other things, and then you've got Miami is 3-2 in conference, and like they're. I mean, I don't know how things are going to shake out, but I don't think I don't know that they even have a chance anymore. Well, I guess if they run out, but you get 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 5 one-loss teams.
Miami has no chance because they lose all these tiebreakers.
Well, that's what I'm like. I don't obviously like. I haven't like dove into the ACC.
I mean
the jungle that is the ACC, but like, how do you? I don't. That's wild.
Virginia's quarterback Chandler Morris gets hurt. They lose to Wake Forest, who lost to SMU last week on the 50-something, or beat SMU last week on the 50-something yard field goal at the gun. Louisville loses at home to Cal in overtime. Like, Virginia was the highest rated ACC team at 14 in the first college football playoff poll. They lost. Louisville lost.
Yep.
Miami's probably going to be the highest ranked team by a lot, and they have no shot to make the playoff.
That's what I'm saying. They're like halfway down the ACC conference standings, and they're going to probably come in this week around 15-ish or whatever. Like they were 18 last week, so maybe it'll be about the same. But you got those other teams.
They were a 30-point favorite against Syracuse, and I think it was tied at 0 at halftime.
They ended up winning that game 38-10, but yeah, I think they were up 14-0 at the half.
Okay.
Still.
Bad football.
It's strange football.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't say bad. There's no such thing as bad football. Poorly played football. All football is good football.
Well, yeah, as long as you want. I mean, and now you've got a North Carolina team that's on a 2-game heater.
Oh, buddy. They're locked and loaded for this stretch run.
You imagine they win out?
No, but I don't know who they play, and it could, the whole league stinks. So
well, yeah. So they play Wake Forest next week, and then Duke, and then NC State. So
Duke is the wildest team. So have you seen? They have one loss in the conference, but they lost 4 non-league games. They lost to UConn, they lost to Illinois, they lost to Tulane. Like, they have one loss in the league and no out-of-conference wins. Lost to UConn yesterday.
I don't know. That league sucks.
All right, where else you want to go? Where you want to go next?
You just want to go talk? You want to talk about the Big Ten a little bit here?
We'll do a little Big Ten ball. Oregon, Iowa. I don't even know. Like, was it a good game? Was it a fun game? It was a game that happened, and I watched a lot of it. And Dante Moore made some super clutch throws. To get a win on the road that I thought it was going to be close. Iowa had been playing really well. It's just a tough place to play. Every team that goes in there, regardless of how good they are, ends up having to play these type of games that we saw.
Yeah, I didn't really see a lot of that one. I did see Penn State, Indiana, which I thought
Francisco Mendoza on that last drive was filthy.
The final drive coming back down the field was like, I mean, just like everything you have to do correctly, like the way you teach that.
Oh,
you could just like copy paste that into this is what you need to do to win a game right here.
Definitely one of the best catches I've ever seen too.
And then and what's crazy, so like that catch, like I was watching with a couple guys, and like it's the instincts of the DB there, like kind of ruined him, because if he just puts his hands on that guy's hips and shoves him as hard as he can, he's 4 feet out of bounds.
Yeah.
And it's not even close. And then you get the play before that, when the edge tipped the ball. I think it was got his hand up, tipped it, and the ball went up in the air. If the linebacker, he put his foot in the ground to go back towards it because he was moving to the middle of the field. The ball gets tipped and is flying back towards the sideline. So he puts his foot in the ground to go back towards it and slips and comes up like maybe 6-8 inches short of intercepting the pass, and the game's over. But instead, it falls on the ground, and then the next play, how he gets his left foot in bounds and keeps his right foot from touching
he got both feet in too.
All aspects of that were insane and really impressive.
It was quite a final drive. I love Signetti before the game. Like the sideline reporter asked him about never winning at Penn State, and he's like, "None of these guys have played here."
Yeah.
Then she's like something about like, what do they do and that worries you? And he's like, the time for worrying is over. It's just trying to play football. Just dumping on your pregame questions.
Signetti has like some of the better like one-line things out there, like the whole like Google me, and then that yesterday where he's just like, I don't know, that dude is awesome, like, and he's done a great job there. So whatever, but when your punter's your leading passer, it truly is. Oh, you're talking
about a team effort.
It is a team effort. Look at that.
Wisconsin 13 to 10. Washington 10. Wisconsin punter, one pass, 24 yards, led the team. Somehow, Wisconsin has another quarterback get hurt. I don't know how they keep doing this. I mean, every year it's 2-3 quarterbacks get hurt for them.
I mean, but here's the thing. Dave. You know, you put confidence in your team by letting them know the head coach is coming back.
That's right.
And you get a victory. That's what happens.
Confidence in your team.
They were playing scared for the last 6 weeks because they thought their coach was gone.
And your fan base wants to jump off a tall building.
And instead, you tell them, no, he's coming back. Ranked team in front of you. Boom. Victory.
Got it done, baby.
Now they have Indiana next week. So
oh God.
We'll see.
Are there any other Big Ten results? I mean, I don't even care to talk about Ohio State. They're so good. They just put everybody through the wood chipper. Like, there's nothing to talk about their game against Purdue.
No, I don't think they. No, they don't. I thought it was they don't play so they'll probably end up Indiana, Ohio State, Big Ten championship game. Yeah, probably what that's going to come down to.
Let's see here. SEC. What about Kentucky? 38-7 over Florida. I did hear that Florida had just a ton of players out, but that's a bad look even for a team that's already fired their coach.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think though you fire your coach. See, that's the thing. Fire your coach. You don't have him there. Team loses confidence.
Mark Stoops probably see. I just need some more time.
Yep, just a little bit more time.
A little bit more time. Auburn, Vanderbilt. Auburn scoring that many points is insane. They were averaging like 11 points a game in SEC play.
It's just different there.
They would be undefeated if they could score 24 points a game. And they fired their coach last week. And they go out and just, I mean, total shocking performance. Vandy gets the win in overtime, but shocking performance there. Texas A&M, I think, is just really good. Missouri really never had anything for them.
Yeah, I think.
I didn't see any of the Alabama LSU game, and it seems like that was a good move because 20-9 feels like a total snoozer.
Georgia, Mississippi State. They just
That was just destruction from the beginning.
Ole Miss played the Citadel, so that's not
they got their SoCon Saturday game in
a week early. Anything else in the top? I mean, the only other like top 25 stuff that happened was Big 12 related.
Yeah, Texas Tech. I mean, we can talk about it a little bit. Texas Tech made Bear Bachmeier look very, very freshman-like. Tech's defense is really, really good. Gave them virtually nothing all game.
So that kind of wraps that part up there. I mean, I don't.
Houston owns space for the first time over Central Florida. They own the Galaxy now in a game that was, I mean, hammer drunk in the last 5 minutes. I guess he was hurt or something, but UCF pulls their starter with 3 minutes left, down 3. Puts in like their 4th string guy, leads him down the field, and then throws an interception on what was essentially the last play of the game in the end zone to lose them the game.
That sucks.
I think they had multiple pick sixes. Houston had 4 turnovers and didn't win. Or no, there were multiple pick sixes. One guy for UCF had 3 interceptions.
What?
Yeah.
Hold on.
Their safety had 3 picks.
Oh, Philip Dunham. Yep, 3 picks, 1 touchdown.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, hate to see that. And
then Colorado is officially not going to be able to be bowl eligible.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Dion's gonna.
I think this might be it.
I mean, guy's in rough shape. I would tell him, like, dude, you've proven that you can coach at the high level. Like, get your body, in as good of a shape as you can.
Yeah, like, don't you got to coach your, like, not a lot of people can say they got to, like, they coach their kid from pee-wee all the way through, like, college ball, and then just.
I watched way too much of Iowa State TCU. It was gross. 5 combined turnovers.
I was gonna say, just looking at the box score here, it doesn't look like it was a very fun game.
No, it was bad.
TCU's quarterback was 34 for 50. You've been averaging that many passes a game all year.
They finished BYU at Houston, so they've got at BYU and then at Houston before they play us. So we'll see where that goes. Are we missing anything nationally? Anything else? I know there's not a ton to talk about this week. We don't have a game to talk about. So
yeah, I mean, outside of, I don't know, everybody's up in arms that Notre Dame's going to probably be in the playoff without a conference.
Well, I mean, that's the way it's set up, though. Like, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they got number 24 Pitt.
I don't understand, though, why they're ranked so high right now. I mean,
well, it's like anything else, though. Like, just like there's, like the preseason stuff dictates so much.
Oh, for sure.
Of where things are going to end up. Like, unless you have like a total meltdown, you're not moving from up high in like that top 10 area, like top 10, whatever, 15. Like, there's not going to be a lot of shakeup as long as you continue to win.
Right. The teams they lost to are proving to be, I mean, Texas A&M proving to be very good. Miami, pretty good. And so that's certainly helping them. And it helped them that they lost early. And had plenty of time to win games before even the first poll came out. But for them to be that far from where Miami was in the first poll was kind of a joke. Like, you're basically just saying, like, doesn't matter. The vibes of Miami over the last 2 weeks are more important than them beating Notre Dame and Notre Dame actually like not beating anybody that you would consider to be good.
Yeah, I mean Notre Dame's beaten Purdue, Arkansas, Boise State, NC State, USC,
So
Boston
only,
College, and Navy.
yeah, US without their quarterback. Navy's quarterback didn't play.
Yeah, I mean, but it's kind of the same thing as like, you know, I don't know. I mean, this is I hate preseason rankings thing, and I know a lot of people do, but they're like a necessary evil for driving clicks and traffic to.
Everybody says they hate them, but what do? They click on them.
Right. Exactly.
They
That's the
do
thing.
them if people didn't click on them.
It's just like it's a way that they set up certain conferences early on with teams that are not very good up, or at least shouldn't be ranked as high, and it props up other teams like, oh look, they beat a ranked team. But it is what it is. I mean, I don't know really what you do about that other than, okay, let's wait until November to put out some sort of ranking. Like then you can't drive traffic to a top 10 matchup, or whatever. So
right,
it is what it is.
I don't think they should do these playoff rankings this early. I mean, twice. I would prefer just once at the end. Here it is.
Yeah.
Because all they end up doing is being hypocritical because things are going to change the next week. Like they put them out and everybody does a podcast about it and complains about it or says this is right or this is wrong, and it's going to be different tomorrow or Tuesday.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know what the point is when there's still games to go in putting something out like that, or getting worked up over where your team is,
where your team may or may not be, right? Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it just and the CFP rankings are so wildly different sometimes than like especially as you get like further back in the rankings than like the AP and all the other stuff. Like it's depending on where you look, kind of thing. So I don't know. I think that would be a good idea. Just like kind of like if they modeled it after like March Madness, where there's like just that reveal show and like this is it and that's how it is. Like deal with it.
Yeah, but I'm sure a bunch of people watch and then they all react. So it's content for ESPN. It's it's filler
for the evil overlords of ESPN.
Down with ESPN.
The worst 4-letter word there is right now.
That's all I got, really. What about we do have a Bearcat blockbuster trade. Months after re-signing Sauce Gardner to a 4-year, $120 million contract, the New York Jets send him to the Colts for 2 first-round picks. Stunning trade. Absolutely stunning trade.
I mean, that's a team that wants to go after it,
Yeah.
You go get
that certainly
Sauce.
Is.
You go get Sauce Gardner and shore up your whatever, but pretty cool to have him go back there, be like closer.
Yeah, hopefully that means there's a chance that he's able to get to Cincinnati maybe a little bit more often. Maybe he'll ride over with Alec, get to hang out with Royer again. I'm sure Royer will love that.
Oh,
but I've been seeing some tweets that Eric Wilson is having a very good season for the Vikings. I don't know if I can find the exact one, but he's like, was saying he was one of the only player in the league with X number of tackles and sacks, and
he's got 29 solo tackles, 3.5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles.
Something. If you combine some of his stats together, he was like the only defensive player in the league. Doing
total tackles, he had 57 and 3.5 sacks and 2 forced fumbles. So there you go. And then I don't know is Ivan having any kind of 44 tackles and a sack this year?
Not bad.
Hey, another Bearcat in the NFL.
That's right.
I don't know what.
Alec Pierce had a solid game last week. Now we got the two Bearcats in Indy.
I mean, he's
I don't even know who teams are playing today. This has been like both college teams didn't play. Bengals aren't playing, so I've been like very detached of who's
I would
actually
say very as disconnected as
Colts playing
possible.
right. Aren't the Colts playing right now?
Yeah, they're playing the Falcons. It was at 9:30 in Berlin.
Oh, okay.
So I don't. Let's see if it will tell. It's currently 0-0. They just kicked off 10 minutes ago.
All right.
So that's what you got. If you as we wrap this up, if you want to go watch, Alec Pierce and Sauce Gardner, I think they said Sauce was gonna make the trip.
Yeah, I think he's playing, lining up against Drake London. Good matchup there.
So there you go. Some Bearcats. And watch some early morning Bearcats to get your fix from not having any Bearcats yesterday.
That's right. That's right. Get ready for this cold front coming through. Snowmageddon tomorrow.
Yeah, it'll be a few flakes from the sky, as it were.
But that should wrap it up. Thank you for everyone that joins, as always. Thank you to Cincy Light, to Royal Links Golf Tours. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you to all the Bearcat fans out there. And hopefully we will be back next week to talk about a Bearcats win and the continued march to the Big 12 championship. Have a great Sunday.